Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Coach Camp, our team call night. I wanted to come on tonight and give you a tour of our new Digital Success Club tracker. And from this point forward, I'm just calling it Digital Tracker. Just that's what it is. You've seen the pen and paper version. Some of you have been working at it with it. Some of you have been a little bit afraid of it. So you have the more simpler one I have for our newer coaches. This is an example of mine and everything that I have gotten done today. I always make time. I do an hour a day. And even for the month of April, I am committing to doing an hour a day every single day, at least an hour a day, if not more. I really, want to show our team that if you do these things, the things that it tells you to do, this is our blueprint for our business. If you follow the roadmap, then great things are going to happen. So I'm going to show you, I'm starting on April 1st, and we'll just see what happens by the time I get to April 30th. So with that being said, I am going to share my screen so that you can see the dashboard. Maybe. Dashboard. Let's see. Okay, so here is your dashboard. Now this can be found, by the way, in the Grow My Business section. So super easy to find. And I can tell you, if you go up to the link at the top of your browser, so you see coach.teambeachbody.com/office/tracker/dashboard. I actually took that and made it like a little button on my phone so that I can get into it anytime I want. And if I'm at, out and about and I'm, doing some of my stuff really quick, I can quick log it in. I love this. I gotta say, I'm not a very big digital person. A lot of my tracking and planning is done on pen and paper. I love planners. I love having tangible things in my hands. So the fact that I'm telling you that I am in love with this tracker is kind of a big deal. And if you let it and you let this thing become your best friend, you will see your business grow. You will, guaranteed. I am challenging myself for the month of April that I am going to have these little check marks on every single day. I am going to complete this every single day. So let's walk through and see it. And I challenge you guys. I challenge you. If you are watching this right now and you're like, I'm going to challenge myself. Vanessa says that if I do the things, that things are going to naturally grow with my business. And they will. They will naturally grow because you are doing the work in order for things to happen. So let's talk about it. This first page is your dashboard. I love the dashboard. It's giving you like a little picture view of what is going on. Now, granted, this is day one, so give me a little, and I've been working on training stuff all day, so give me a little break. So I don't have any points or any value yet, but it's all right. It's only day one. All right. Zeros are not scary. Shows you what you looked like for last month, previous months, gives you an idea of what the points are and what happens. Has my motivation. So here is my motivation, my why. And you can change this every week, which I think is really cool, just like on the paper tracker. So you can see women who are ready to take action towards the change they want in their lives and cool people. So I always like to say that. I like to work with cool people. It shows you how to get to the National Wake Up Call, which is part of, hey, you should watch the National Wake Up Call. It's part of your checks. So I love having all of this here. If you go down to this menu side, you've got each day of the week. So you can track yourself every day and go, this is the amount of work I'm really putting in. Personally, I love this. And I'm working on a plan to hold my coaches who are working coaches who say they are building to things accountable by them taking screenshots and sending this to me, because I can tell you that this business is the same as a brick and mortar business, okay? If you are a business owner and you don't show up to your brick and mortar business, if you take a day off and the doors stay closed If you're hanging out for the day and it's raining and you decide that you're going to close early, if you do these things to a brick and mortar business, you're not going to succeed. And it's the same with Beachbody. You have to treat this like it's a business. You have to show up. Now, am I saying you can't have personal time? Sure you can. I went on vacation. I just got back from Hawaii. But I made sure my business was being handled. I made sure that I knew what was going on and that I was paying attention to the things that are happening in my business so that my business just didn't completely shut down. Okay. Same thing. You are a business owner. You should take pride in that. It's not scary. We are giving you all the resources, and I'm going to show you how many resources you get. It is amazing. I love it. I mean, so the only reason that you are going to fail in this business is if, one, you lose interest and you're like, I don't want to help people anymore, which is fine. Some people don't want to help people. Or if you're just not consistently putting in the work. That's it. It's just like working out. You're not going to get the results. You're not going to feel good unless you're putting in the work and doing the things that you know you're supposed to do. So this is the same exact thing. And this digital version is giving us more accountability and a better picture of how you really are showing up for your business. So with that being said, let's hit this sidebar. One thing I like in here is I'm going to skip down to training and support. La, la, la. Now, all of these have checks because I sat and watched every single one just so I could be informative for you guys. You're welcome. All of these are short videos created by Beachbody that literally go through all of the details that you're going to see as soon as we click onto the tracker. So it's like, I don't know how to do this. I need examples for this. You literally get started with inviting. You click on and there's a video and they talk about how you should be inviting. Like, so they're literally giving you this is what you're supposed to do and this is how you do it. So the only thing that's left is you actually doing it. That's it. And I know that that's the big scary part, but at least you're basically getting guided in the right direction automatically. If you've ever watched any trainings from the Beachbody Champions page, the morning wake up calls, everybody talks about this tracker. And that's why, because if you do the things will work for you. I say that all the time. Coach K, I tell her all the time, and she's like, I know, I'm doing the things. She loves that I say doing the things. You do the things will show up for you. The work will show up for you. Okay. So we got that. Shakeology follow-up. This is really important. And we will be talking next week about retention because getting Success Club every month does not make one person an income, but it shows consistency. What you have to do is build retention with the Success Club points that you are getting, i.e. the customers that you are bringing in. You have to continue to follow up with them. And this gives you a guide on how you should be talking to your customers. It's literally telling you, this is how you should be talking to your customers so that you make sure that they're what they need is getting served. So that you know that they're not going to go, you're making sure they don't ghost you. You're making sure that they're not freaking out. This is how you communicate with your people. This is how you talk to them with their Shakeology. Make sure that they're on the same page so that if they love it, which they're going to, if it's helping them and they're seeing a difference, that, you're doing everything you can to make sure that they're getting what they need when they need it. So I love this. And it even breaks it down. Look at by month. Like, great job. Like, this is how you should be talking to your customers. I can tell you when I opened my business, nobody ever gave me a list of how to talk to my customers. I had to figure it out. I had to play by my rules and I had to go. And sometimes I messed up and sometimes I did great. So to have all this in here, and by the way, this was created by a collective of corporate top coaches, new coaches, people in their marketing team. Like, it's not like the corporate just made this on their own. They talked to coaches. They had focus groups. They did trial by error. So this was made by coaches for coaches to make sure that we had everything necessary. So let's go through a day. This is what an empty day looks like. It literally breaks down the four areas, just like it does on the paper copy. It does that for you right here. What I like too is it gives you a timer. So you can sit and time yourself. So if you're going to say, all right, I'm going on connect, invite, follow up, and I'm going to spend 40 minutes in here. Or like, this is the bulk of like, I usually do power hours. This is where my power hour happens, because being proof the product works, I do that first thing in the morning. This is for me. This is the area that I do for me. So this is done first thing in the morning. The getting people results, this is done partially in the morning. And then I actually do this in chunks. I contribute to my group every day. I recognize achievement every day. But I do my follow-ups every other days, depending on the invites that I'm doing. So you can go through here, and there's ways that like some of this doesn't even get, like personal development, I don't even count on my timer because I do that in the mornings. It's the things that I do for me are, I honestly don't even count them, because even though they are essential to this business, you have to be proof that all of these amazing things are good and will be good for other people. Those are things I do for me. Those are genuinely things I do for me. So the things that I will include, which are part of here, is doing your post, talking to people about what you're doing. That is where this timer comes into place. But the timer is nice to have, because you can sit and say, okay, I'm only going to do this for 15 minutes, or I'm going to do this for 10 minutes. And you can put it so that it goes for you. Or if you want to, like I did today, what I did is I pressed play and I saw how long it took me. If I sat and cranked through every single step, how long it took me to do it. And today it took me 29 minutes. Done, got all my things done. So I was a very happy camper. I like that it sets it up for you to do that. So let me show you an example of here's today. So this morning, proof the product works and Shakeology, I did those before 8 a.m. today. Next, we've got all of these. So these are all the same things that are on the paper copy: initiate connections, expanding your network. Now I'm also going to show you, and it'll be in our coach camp, and it'll also be in our shared Google Drive. I have a script. I literally have step by step, this is what you do for this section, and this is how you can get it done in 30 minutes or less. Seriously. The only reason it'll happen, you'll be extended in time, is because you are connecting with more people. So for example, initiating connections and expanding your network. They recommend doing that for 5 people, minimum of 5 people per social feed. So 5 people on Facebook, 5 people on Instagram. I do 20. I do 20 people on Facebook, 20 people on Instagram. From there, it also depends on your follow-up sections. Some days you're gonna, like today, I had 2 people to follow up with. That was it. Nothing crazy, because I had just done my post and it was still kind of fresh. So tomorrow I'll have more. But other than that, I didn't have a ton. Now, the other day, what was it, Tuesday? So I was just getting back from vacation. I had a lot of people I had to follow up with, because when I was doing my power hour at the airport, I said, hey, this is when I get home, let's reconnect. So I had to reconnect with all these people that I promised that I would reconnect with. But yeah, I will show you, and I think I can actually show you on here. Maybe it'll let me, well, I'll show you that. So yeah, so these are your things. These are all the things that we tell you, that I tell you. If you are doing these consistently with your business, you will always have new people to talk to. You will always have people to engage with, and you will be pumping your own well to build retention and to build your business. This is the way to do it. There's so many people out there that have tried to reinvent the wheel and do it a different way, and it ends up being right back to where this is. It just looks different. This is how to get it done, and get it done efficiently so that it's not taking up your entire day. So let's walk through one more time. Be proof the product works. This is stuff you're doing for you, right? This is stuff that you're doing just for you, and to show that you're doing the things that you're telling other people to do. Connect, invite, follow up. This is your business builder. I can tell you, if you are going to jap on anything in your business, this is the one place you do not jap. This is your business builder. And my suggestion is get comfortable being uncomfortable, because sometimes it's scary. But as we talked about on day 2, we talked about inviting. We talked about bringing people into our groups. People don't invite themselves to parties. Well, some people do, and we question their judgment. Michael does all the time. He loves inviting himself to his own parties. People don't invite themselves to parties. If they see a big party happening down the street, they're not just going to walk up and go, hey, can I come hang out at your party? You have to invite these people to your party. So if you are having a party that is the coolest party on the block, and you see when your neighbors walk by, you got to be like, and they're staring at your party, you'd be like, hey, did you want to come to my party? Did you want to join me? We're having a great time in here. Did you want to come check it out? You need to do that. You need to get comfortable with being nervous about doing it, and just do it. If you just do it without thinking, you will slowly get over the fact of what you are actually doing. But put it in that logical sense. Think about it. Nobody's going to just show up on your door and go, hey, I really want to come to this party that you're having. No, you have to be outside going, hey, you want to look at all the people in here? You want to come hang out at my party? That's what you have to do. If you think about it that way, and think about all the wonderful things that you love about these groups and the groups that you're starting to form and the business that you're building, like, why wouldn't they want to come to the party? If they don't want to come to the party, then that's on them. So this is your main business builder. From here, I always like to say that this is your second, because you have to take care of the people that are coming. You got to get the people in, but you have to take care of the people that are in. So this is taking care of your people. And we will do trainings throughout after Coach Camp and throughout our coach page about, I'm huge with recognition, huge. And actually a lot of trainings that I've done, especially in my 1-star training that I was a part of, I heard frequently, like, recognized achievement was like one of the biggest ones that's always left empty. And to me, that's my first one. I try every day to recognize somebody in my stories, recognize somebody in our groups, recognize somebody somewhere for doing something. I don't care if it's big, transforming, huge body shaping changes, or if it's the fact that they got up for 3 days in a row and they've never done that before in their life. I don't care what it is. I like to celebrate positive changes that are happening with our team. Good, great, big, monumental, because even little changes are big changes to the right person. So it's a great thing to remember moving forward. And then your personal development, which we talked about in week 1, is having a book, using an Audible. I'm a big Audible fan, and we've talked about that before. And I can tell you, you see these 4, and there's so many coaches that do the 3 out of 4, and they just leave. They're just like, I don't need self-help books. Guys, it's not self-help books. It's like, make me better, happier me books. And I know, and I see when my business is thriving, it's always when I'm listening or have a book that I'm really into, and I'm pulling stuff from it, and it's giving me good vibes, and those good vibes are being sent off into my business. So don't skip out on these. Now, let me show you an example. So let's pretend it's Friday. It'll let me uncheck too, so don't stress. So let's say I did this. There you go. See, it already says I did 10% of my stuff for today. I can go in here and I did this and I did this and I did this. So you can break it up throughout the day. So if you are working full time and you're doing little pockets, you can go in here and go click, click. I did this, and it'll show you. And at the end of the day, it's your choice. You get there and you're like, I did 46%. I showed up for 46% of my business today. Do I want to keep going, or am I good for today? Sometimes you might have days where you're just like, I just can't. Something happened, whatever. So it's nice to be able to see this over time, because you will start to see how many consistent times you are showing up for your business versus days that you're not. And if you are consistently not showing up for your business, then maybe we need to have a talk about if you really want to be a working coach. Because if you don't want to be a working coach or bring in income from here, then why are you stressing yourself with a success club and going to coach camps and doing these things? But here's the thing. An average business, busting your butt, okay? Michael, our bathtub company is 10 years old this year, and we have slaved over that business, okay? We show up on days we don't want to show up. I mean, I don't work there anymore, but when I did, we show up on days that we don't want to show up. And I can tell you that that business was not a thriving, profit-building business for 3 years. For 3 years, he was working out of a Jetta. We were paycheck, not even paycheck to paycheck, because it wasn't continual. Like, luckily I had a whole other job that I was doing on top of helping him. It took busting our butt for 3 years before we started to see green. But we knew it would happen. So when you sit here and you look at this blueprint and you look at these things and you look at the work involved, and if you try it for 2 weeks and go, this isn't going to work, I'm going to say, okay, then you're not trying to build a business. Business takes time. It takes you putting in the work. So if you're looking at this and I can screenshot you doing this for a month and you showed up 50% of the week, then yeah, your business isn't going to go anywhere. Because I can tell you, most businesses, even if you're showing up every single day and doing 100%, the average business does not start seeing the waterfall effect for at least 3 months, at least. So you have to make the decision on if you really want to put in the time. And if you want to put in the time, you have a team that's here that's telling you, if you're willing to put in the time, I'm willing to put in the time in you to show you that this is going to work the way you want it to work. And maybe I should have taken you off so that we could see each other during my soapbox ring. So yeah, that is how the digital works. If you guys get questions, let me know. Here again, like I said, see, proof the product works. Here's your big section, the big scary one, the engaging, connecting, inviting, the following up, the business builder, this one, okay? Your stories, that's where this is, okay? Then here's your recognition, your contributions to challenge groups, and then you have your personal development. So it's all here. And even though it's digital, like I said, I'm a pen and paper person. So right now, until I'm more consistent with being on the computer, I'm doing both. I'm doing, running through, and I have this around sitting on my desk. So if I do a couple things, I'll pop it in here and then I'll look. And that's what I did today. I went through and like done. And I went through and I put it in there. Why am I doing it twice right now? Because I really like that dashboard. I really want to see all of those little green check marks, because that's going to show me that I'm doing the things. And that's what I'm trying to show to all of you. So with that being said, I want you guys all getting comfortable with this. There's going to be some bonus points if I see that you can screenshot and you've gone through some of the trainings. And also, let me show you really quick. And I will put this in our group so that you have it. Okay, let me see if it will let me share screen. Share screen. Here. All right, so I keep this in my notepad. So it's on my desk, it's on my desktop, it's on my laptop, it's on my phone, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. And when I need to do that big section 2, this is what I do. I literally go through this list from top to bottom. Here you go. 1, friend request, follow 20 on each. So that's IG, and that is Facebook. In IG, every person that I follow, I add them into a monthly collection. So that way I know where to go back to and engage with and follow up with the people that are new. Number 2, Facebook and Ally only, because I do sometimes do LinkedIn. Birthday messages, that is an awesome way to engage. Look at, I've got it right here. Copy, paste. Boom, 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 boom. I can make that happen so fast, unless it's one of those days where everybody has a flipping birthday. But for the most part, I can be pretty consistent on my time with that. IG only. Then I sit, I put the timer on, and I engage for 5 minutes. I go through those collections that I made, and I start making sure I'm liking people's stuff. I'm watching their stories. This is how, and I can go into more depth about this on Saturday when we do our power hour. That's my plan. I can go more in depth of how I do this and how this gets me away from scrolling and wasting my time instead of building my business. So, which can happen unless you find ways to avoid it. From there, here comes our connecting and inviting. This is how to talk to people who are following my stories. This is how to invite people who are watching my stories. Here's how to invite people who are posting on call to actions. And then I also have, when Beachbody sends me leads, I can either send this via email, which I have a longer email that I do as well. Or if they left a phone number, I will send this to their phone. Hands down. Here you go. Here I am. I'm here to help you. From there, I also have invite responses. Like I said, I will put this whole thing in our group so that you guys have access to it. This is what I do. Today, this took me 28 minutes. 28 minutes, done. And all the other stuff is stuff that I always do for me. So I don't even consider it like Success Club stuff because it makes me happy to recognize our team. Like, to me, those are like no-brainers for me. Like, I get excited doing that kind of stuff. I like doing my personal development time. To me, it's like my little mental sanity clarity time where I learn something about myself. And then obviously we have shakes and are doing our shakes, which is part of my food. It's eating. It's like brushing my teeth. I do my shake, same thing. Am I working out? Same thing. It's like brushing my teeth. So to me, when I say power hour, when I say Success Club tracker, it's really looking at this section and crushing it as many times as I can. Now, I can tell you on days when I really don't have anything else to do during the month of April, I'm literally going to do power hour after power hour after power hour to see what happens. I'm going to try to do one of those at least once a week so I can see what this does to my business. Because like I said, my job is to prove to you guys that if you do the things I'm telling you to do and you follow this blueprint, that this business will work for you. It'll work with you. And you'll see that getting over the hard stuff is worth it in the end because you are going to be changing so many lives. So that is the training. Get ready for 10 o'clock on, I might actually start a little early. We'll see where everybody's at. I'm going to do my workout sooner. I have a bridal shower, so I need to be able to leave like right at 11 o'clock and be dressed. So I'm game planning for 10 right now. It will be a recorded power hour. So if you can't come for some reason, I'll be able to send you the recording and you could just press play and act as if you are part of the power hour and learn. But I will be using my tracker and I will be using this blueprint that I just showed you. And I'm going to show you how to zoom through this so that you are spending an hour or less, including your workout, including posting, including drinking your shake and doing your personal development, an hour on your business every day. Boom. There you go. Ta-da! I hope you guys have a great night and I will see you on Saturday. Bye.